Thank you for tuning in. This is Conversation with Tumi. I am your host, Tehran Shakir, aka Tumi, and I am going to talk to you guys about Reiki on this episode. So, y'all probably wondering, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki is a therapy. It's a form of healing that is based in Japan. Well, it comes from Japan historically, and what a therapist or a practitioner does is they channel energy into you through touch. So basically, it's just touching you, and um, they do it to activate the natural healing of your your needs, and it usually lasts from 45 minutes or longer, depending on your health need. That it's used to restore your physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional well being. And this is according to Google. So if you want to know more about Reiki, or you're interested or thinking of getting Reiki as a form of treatment to help heal you, you can always go on Google. They have like they have a lot of like different stuff to for you to research and to really look into it and so forth. So I received Reiki last September, and why I received it is because when after my attempt, I was looking at holistic a holistic approach to help me mentally, and also I wanted to look for something deeper than therapy, because and more effective. Like, I was looking for something like on the spiritual level, and I was trying to look for local holistic health practitioners in my city, and I just happened to come across this Reiki practitioner in Tracy, and I went on her website, and I was looking, to see what she does, because like she's a holistic health practitioner, and I saw that she did Reiki. I'm like, like, I was curious, and I was doing, I was doing research, and so I looked it up and see what it was and got the gist of what it was. And so after I looked up what Reiki was, as well as the information on her website, I started to see reviews, and I was I was, pretty pleased, and I was like, I gotta try her out, because a lot of the people that go see the practitioner, they go through like depression, grief, and different emotional disorders and mental disorders and so forth. And what stuck out to me was that one of them got off of medications after receiving Reiki treatment. And I'm like, And then, like, they kept saying that, that she's reasonable and so forth, because, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, a lot of insurance, they don't really like accept holistic medicines. I believe only acupuncture they will accept, but not really like Reiki or other forms of holistic health treatment. So typically it's expensive. And also, I emailed the Reiki practitioner. Her name is Jamie, because I'm gonna give y'all, if you guys stay in like the San Joaquin area or Tracy, I'll give you guys the name of where I go at the end of the podcast. So I decided to email Jamie, and I was asking, not asking, but I was telling her, like, my needs and so forth. And I was just explaining to her my, how I'm doing financially and so forth. And long story short, you know, she gave me a reasonable price. So it's like, another thing is, if you're interested in receiving Reiki, not only do you, look at, their reviews and like their certification, so forth, because like I said, typically they're expensive. Like if you come across a Reiki practitioner, therapist that you're interested in and so forth, it doesn't hurt to either give them a call or email them, explain to them your needs, and then it's like, tell them, be honest with them about your financial situation, and if they're understanding and so forth, they can work out with you, prices and so forth. So, closed mouths don't get fed. And, if you want to help yourself and so forth, and if they're the right one and they're understanding, they'll, work out the price, for you and so forth, if it's meant to be. And also, like I was saying, in my spiritual journey, like not only, with Reiki, but like people that are like doing, therapy in general, um, any type of form of holistic work, spiritual work, um, pastoral counseling, root work, spell work, like any of, work that has to do with, you spiritually, you have to be really careful. You have to look for certifications. You have, not, yeah, and also your reviews, but sometimes you have to watch the reviews because, you know, friends of the person, they will like just put in stuff just to like, just to support them and to help them get business and so forth. So, be careful with the reviews and look for certifications. And most importantly, before you receive like, Reiki or any type of like therapy that'll help that'll help you mentally or emotionally, you have to pray. Definitely pray and ask, if this person is the right one for them to work on you, because it's like, your mental health and your spiritual health, they're really delicate and really important. And then it's like, some therapists, they'll try to like, talk to you and like into, prescribing you and so forth. Now, for those of you that are on medications and prescriptions, I am not necessarily bashing them and so forth, but, I feel that, in my opinion, that, the holistic approach, it helps. It helps, whether it's like herbs or aromatherapy. It, is really more effective and so forth. And then it's like, again, with motive, some of the therapists' motive, and a worker's motive is to, put you into an institution or the ward, and you do not want that for yourself. You want to be able to function, do what you have to do to take care of your families, to work and so forth. So, you have to be very careful because, like, playing with your mind, yeah, taking care of the mind is very crucial and important as you're taking care of your physical health. So, just be careful. And, yes, people have spiritual gifts and ability, but it's like it's not everybody that can do that on you, especially when it comes to, your mental health and spiritual health. So, you have to be very, 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 very careful. And not only that, but as well as finding like a community or an organization or a church to be involved in. Really be careful, really do your research and so forth. I am not saying to isolate yourself, but, use your discernment and, always involve, God or the higher power that you pray to, or, and, angels and spirit guides. I always, have them as, for guidance and by your side and for wit and to ask them to, for wisdom and so forth. And also talk to, you know, your trusted loved one, or yeah, trusted loved one, could be mom, papa, auntie, uncle. Also it doesn't hurt to like see what they say and so forth. But most importantly, seek God, seek angels, and your spirit guides, and then proceed for what you have to do. So back to, yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all about my experience, but I just wanted to get that out the way. So when I first went to Jamie, she had me lay down, and she did what she had to do. Lasted like 45 minutes, and then during the session I felt my stomach making noise, and I saw different colors while I was closing my eyes, and then she was playing music, she was using crystals on me, and the whole thing was like very relaxing. It's not, what I love about Reiki is nonverbal, because that's really that's really pleasing to an introvert. It's just like less interaction, because like, I like to receive and I like to process things. So it was really nice. And so after whole that whole session, I was talking to Jamie about how I felt and so forth. And at the end of each session, I always feel, really good. I feel like I'm fulfilled and, renewed and restored. And it's just all, through touch. And, she was, you know, removing like negative energy inside my body, and like, sweeping out the burden I was carrying inside of myself. And then it's, also after the session, she would advise me to drink water. So message to myself, because I'm talking to myself too. I have to do better with drinking water. Like, what the water does after the Reiki session is like, it's clean, it's cleaning you out like mentally. So that's why it's important to drink a lot of water and so forth. And also Reiki, with receiving Reiki, it was more effective for me than therapy, because she was working on me with her crystals, and it was silent. And, I also got to talk to her, and that helped as well. So, I would recommend receiving Reiki. And also, it's one of those things that you have to experience for yourself. Like, I can only say so much about it. I can only, say a lot of positive things about it and how it has helped me mentally. But it's like, it's one of those things that you either want to try it or you don't. And also, you would have to do, your research and so forth. But I highly recommend it. If anybody's like, wanting to like, go deep, want something deeper, or to help them spiritually, I recommend like Reiki and so forth as an effective way to help you mentally. So the name of where I go to, and it's in Tracy, is White Willow Wellness Center. White Willow Wellness Center in Tracy, California. If you happen to live in Tracy or around that area, that's where I would recommend you guys to go. I know this was a short podcast, but I hope y'all, decide, are decided like really thinking of, doing Reiki, because it has helped me a lot in my with my depression, and I hope it does the same for you guys. And if you have any like questions or concerns, I'll be happy to help you guys the best that I can. Reiki is not only for like mental health, it's also for like, for your physical health as well. So I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast and, take something from it. Alrighty, y'all. Share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Blessings, love, and light. Peace.